What's going on? It's your boy SB. All right, so you read that title correct. We have another walkout taking place. I thought this was left in last year. When I looked to see where this walkout was supposed to be staged at, this is a walkout supposedly of at least 1,000 people in Seattle. Corporate headquarters. Yo, I know Uncle Jeff rolled off his bed, tripped on his $10,000 rug, probably scuffed a knee and had it fixed in 10 minutes by his standby nurse. Anyways, yes, there's supposed to be a walkout. And this is a corporate walkout. I thought this was going to be a FC, a delivery station, Amazon Flex, you feel me? Something like that. Amazon Grocery. I don't know if there's Amazon Grocery. So I was pretty surprised, but not really surprised that this was taking place at the headquarters building in Seattle. Now, y'all know I got some thoughts on this, and I've spoken my mind on walkouts and all that stuff in prior videos, but I'm gonna read this article, then I'm gonna give my feedback on it. So basically, the headline is Amazon employees reportedly plan to walk off the job over its return to office mandate and layoffs. So it says the organizers at Amazon Seattle headquarters are planning to stage a one-day walkout. This is coming from the Washington Post. So it's supposed to be a one-day walkout. It says the protest will address concerns about layoffs and the return to office mandate, the Post said. So this article is from Business Insider. This will be in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. It says some Amazon employees in Seattle are making plans to stage a walkout later this month, and that day is supposed to be on the 31st. So this is a story, you feel me, we definitely gonna keep our eyes on, because I want to see how this is going to turn out. Already, I'm like, you feel me? I don't know if we still over head count. I'm pretty sure we are. The last few times the company has spoken out, we was pretty over head count. The little chart that I had showed we was really over head count. So is this something that I think should be taking place? Would I be a part of this? Because I don't know if it was Business Insider. I looked at a few different press releases, and I guess they were trying to call all corporate all over the nation to do this. Will I be a part of this? I'm sad to say no. You feel me? I won't. And I'm going to get into that later. I'm not discouraging anybody who's doing it. Nothing like that. I am very non-biased. Hey, do your thing. You feel me? The company side, bet, do your thing. The people side, bet, do your thing. Why am I like that? Because I got to do my thing. I'm going to get into that later. Let's finish this article. So it said on Monday, Amazon staffers began to Slack and email and call other co-workers to join the protest on the company's headquarters May 31st. Says this one-day walkout aims to address employee concerns over the company's return to office policy, as well as recent layoffs and the company's impact on climate change. Now, I think out of all those reasons, that is the strongest point right there. Their strong point is climate change, because when you look at the press release of the spokesman from Amazon, because y'all know I'm not a spokesman, I have to say that I'm not a spokesman, I'm not a representative of the company, none of that. This is just my opinion on what's going on with my company. But when you look at some of the press releases that the company has put out in there, one of the things they said was like, oh yeah, this is going to help business in the downtown area. So I think they got a strong point, because think about it. You have thousands of employees coming back to office, which means climate change. That's a buzzword. I need to probably watch how many times I say that in this video, but you use that word. Wait a second. What about this word? Look at all the emissions. All these thousands of cars are going to be letting off into the community again. What happened? I thought we wanted to stay green. I thought the team was supposed to stay green. Return to office. What you mean? So in my opinion, I think that is their strongest case. And if they, you feel me, if I was on the board, or you feel me, I'm not, you feel me, if I was endorsing it, I'm not. But I think if anything should be on the forefront, climate change should probably be the one, due to the fact, that's a fact. All these thousands of people, emissions and all the other stuff. I don't even look into that. You know what I mean? I got my own thoughts, but I think that would be a strong case for them to use in this situation. And the reason why I say that is because, all right, if we just use returning back to office, trust me, I work corporate. I don't like the fact that I have to go back to office. I told you, us going back to the office immediately means we take a pay cut, means we are losing money immediately. Off gas, off of food, off everything. We immediately lose more money by going into the office. So I wasn't with it. But the hard truth that I had to look at for myself is that when I signed that dotted line, I'm not sure about the people who got hired on during the shutdown and everything, but one thing I am sure, it didn't say we were going to work from home. forever. You feel me? That's a hard truth. And even when I first got hired on and I knew about working from home, which was a surprise, they never even told us that in the beginning, I was like, bet. But in the back of my head, and even in certain videos, I said clearly, this is going to end. To me, it just made common sense. It was only a matter of time. So it says that the publication said the event coordinators told the Post they need at least 1,000 Amazon employees based in the Seattle area to participate in this protest. They saying, yo, whoever wants to participate, cool, but we need at least 1,000 in the Seattle-based headquarters. Why is that? I don't know, but maybe because that is headquarters. Maybe they will truly feel it, or it'll have more of an impact that is taking place at headquarters. I don't know, but that's just kind of what my thoughts were from that. It says the action is a result of two organizing groups at the company, a group that formed on the Slack as a result of Amazon's return to office policy, and the Amazon Employees for Climate Justice. I didn't even know there was an Amazon Employees for Climate Justice, you feel me, group. But like I said, I think that right there will be their strongest argument. Now, what did Amazon have to say about this? You know, Amazon keep it short and sweet. You feel me? They had a spokesman and he had 2 lines to say. He had 1 line to say. He said this. Amazon spokesman said, "We respect our employees and their rights to express their opinions." Yo, I don't know about to you. That sounded a little gangster to me. He said, listen, order in the court. We respect our employees' rights to exercise their rights. It's like, yo, imagine being there in that conversation. That's one of the moments, if I was on the, you feel me, the walk outside, if I would have been in that table meeting and I would have heard him say, that's all you got to say? I would have been there like, why do I say that? It ain't much talking. That was too short. You feel me? That was so short to me, it was kind of gangster. You feel me? It was like kind of scary. Why? But it's so much that was not said. He didn't say, yo, we respect our employees, let them exercise their rights. There's no, none of these people will be placed on a watch list for the months going forward. He didn't say that. He didn't say, yo, none of these people will, you feel me, get put pressure on. No retaliation on none of these people. But I know Amazon, they can't retaliate. But I'm just saying, there's so many rules in Amazon to where, in my opinion, you ain't got to call it retaliation. And this is in every area I've been in at Amazon. There's so many rules, so many, standard works, so many just different things. If they want to get you, they're going to get you. But don't tell Uncle Jeff I said that. This is just my opinion. I'm not a representative of the company. This is not truth. This is not their truth. This is not coming from Amazon insights. This is just my opinion as an Amazon worker. I just think as any company, if they want you to, you know what I mean, they're going to get you. So as you continue to go in this press release, they go on to say, there's been good energy on campus. You notice it's coming from the company. It says there's been good energy on campus and in the urban cores like Seattle, where we have had a large presence. We've heard this from lots of employees and the businesses that surround our offices. You feel me? Now, that was something that didn't rub me the right way from the first press release of us returning to office. The things that they said was like, oh yeah, we can collaborate. Nobody even talks to me in my office. we can put our heads together for more plans. My head has been lonely. You feel me? Ain't no other heads around me. And all these other great things. But even in that press release, it was like, and downtown businesses can thrive again. It's like, sure, you know how that record just stops. It's like, hold on. What does that have to do with anything? I mean, what does that have to do with us, the employees, coming back to the office? Because I'm like, wait a second. We're thinking about other businesses before we're thinking about our own employees? Now, the politics, there has to be some politics behind that, in my opinion. The reason why I say that, why is that a part of returning back to office? Why? You know what I mean? Why is this ginormous business caring about all these other businesses? It just seems like there's some behind the, you know what I mean, the scenes politics in that, in which I'm sure it is. It only makes sense. You're dealing with economics of a community. And if you're the biggest company there and the calls that you make for your company affect a whole community, I'm pretty sure there's some politics behind that we ain't gonna know about. And then to finish up the article, it says that an insider, Kim, previously reported that some employees are already concerned about how the company tracks when staff badge in and out of the facilities. Kim, this is old news. Back to the facilities. Yes, and this is one of the reasons, in my opinion, they can track. She just said, oh, because when we badge in, they can track us badging in, badging out, the time when we get in, the time when we get out. Yes, that's not new, though. That's old news. I think I found that out the first 6 months of me coming into the facility. Somebody put me on game, was like, hey, make sure you clocking in when you clocking in, because they know when you come in that building. I was like, oh, for real? They was like, for real. I was like, bet. And this is one thing you got to watch out for. I guess even in corporate in Seattle, don't be trying to play games with your time. Oh man, I'm running. And see, this is where it happens though. Somebody may have 10 minutes of UPT, unpaid time left, and they 20 minutes late. They get there 10 minutes late and they think, all right, I'm going to just go ahead and go to work, do a fix my punch, and say I was here at 6, even though I was here at 6:10. But they checked that time that badge hit that entry door, and they like, excuse me, Miss Kim. No, I'm saying, nah, shout out to Kim, whoever that was. Excuse me, whoever is low on your UPT. You don't work here anymore because we seen you punch in at this time. I'm not saying that's how it works. I'm not saying that's what they do, but I have seen people let go for messing around with that punch time when your badge showed you punched in at another time. Or even what you need to watch out for, if you're on the clock, you're supposed to be packing, you're supposed to be stowing or whatever, and then you don't clock out, but you go ahead and go to your car. You think, let me fix those words. You think you finna go to your car and have a peaceful sleep. But you hit that badge when you went out. So even though you didn't clock out, you think you'll go in the car, disappear for 2 hours, then come back like everything's sweet and nothing happened. But they seen that badge hit that door. So if you're in corporate down to the FC, be aware you are being tracked or watched. When it comes to that badge, be careful of that. So many people fall in that trap. So in another press release, it was on the New York Post one. For some reason, it's not loading up, so I can't tell if it's that one or a different one. But somebody on the side of the walkout stated something like, yeah, we want to demonstrate our power. Listen, I mean, I've said this at the end of 2022. I believe the power at that point was saying will no longer be in the employee's hand, but it will be switched over to the employer's hand. And the reason why I said still, I believe to this day, because due to the layoffs, due to all these companies claiming their overhead count, I don't think 1,000 workers will take that power that I believe the companies now have due to this economy, and let alone Amazon. I don't think this walkout is going to place the power or show them like, look how much power we have. But then again, when I looked at it from another perspective, it's like, this is headquarters. You feel me? Who are those 1,000 people that's walking out? Are those people that are really making some big moves over there? I doubt it. Not like that. You feel me? Shout out to everybody over there. But what I mean is, you never know. They could be. But one reason why I don't think so is because people making those big moves are people trying to climb that ladder. And when you're trying to climb that ladder, you're basically a yes man. No disrespect. I've been in that position. But it's like you're not finna do something like this to jeopardize you climbing up that ladder. Or maybe you might. I mean, you probably woke up listening to Tupac. You feel me? They probably had Tupac in the Slack playing. I can't deny it. I'm a corporate rider. Jeff don't want beef with me. You feel me? They probably didn't flip the Tupac ambitions as a writer, as ambitions as a corporate, you feel me, employee. Listen, I don't know what's going on, but I don't think that is going to be enough to demonstrate the power. Maybe it will. Whose side am I on? I'm on neither side. I'm not going to lie, though. If they do this and it does cause some overturn, it's like I'm not against it and I'm not for it. I've always really said I really stay balanced, because on the plus side, let's say if they do this and it does move the needle. Okay, if they say only 1 day a week, that's going to trickle down to our office in corporate. But like I said earlier, I know what I signed in that dotted line for my agreement working with the company. But the reason why I think this may move the needle a little bit, there's two reasons. One reason I already stated, which was the climate change. I think if they really make that a strong point, that could really be effective if it's used in this second point that I'm going to say. Public opinion. I've always said Amazon is moved by public opinion of them. So if they marry those two, if they get public, you feel me, press and public opinion to feel some type of way about how this can cause some climate change or really affect or cross the boundaries of climate change, I think that they may see that needle moved. But when I think about it, probably not, because for those press releases to bring up downtown businesses, it's like that really has nothing to do with us returning to office. For us, to me, that signals politics. That's more I would say. To me, it seems like it's some politics behind the scene of this move taking place. I'm not a spokesman of the company. I'm not a representative of the company. I'm just somebody who be paying attention a little too much sometimes and be talking about it on YouTube. Not everything, though. I got some stuff that if I talked about, I wouldn't talk about, because you don't need to be talked about on YouTube. Anyways, that's just my thoughts. Wanted to cover that topic. I don't think this is the first walkout this year, because we had a delivery station who did a walkout, but this is definitely the biggest. So I'm gonna be covering this story once they do it, see how this plays out and all that good stuff. Give me your thoughts on this. What do you guys think about this? What's your opinion on this? How do y'all think this is gonna play out? And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you can see the videos when I drop them. Yes, I'm also an artist. I go by the name of SB. I do inspiration, motivation type music. Just dropped a project called Dreams and Motivation Volume 1. And I just put a new single out called I'm on My Grind. Links for both of these will be in the description if you want to check it out. Also, the link for this article will be in the description as well. Anyways, I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. It's your boy, SB. Let's go. I'm on my grind. 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 I get up, I get out and get to it. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. I get up, I get out and get to it. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind.